All right, Glenn Monroe here, VRCM Skywarn, also known as the Roman Gnome. National Weather Service field correspondent, right? Volunteer responder, counselor minister extraordinaire, Central Missouri region. Okay, today we're going to continue on. My feathers aren't as ruffled today. I'm in a good mood. With the XR series, Dewalt XR series lithium ion 20 volt 5 amp hour battery that I got yesterday. And the attachment here, that is a USB adapter with the, with the light on it. And the DC out, I believe that's a 12 volt DC out. And these USB, with two USB outputs, which are 2.1. So it'll be USB, basically it's the USB 2.0 outs. I got this, I received this from Amazon, and it took 2 days to get it. They don't carry these anywhere like at Lowe's or Home Depot, so you have to order this special. It goes with the heated, apparently the heated hoodie, a fan. They have a soldering iron that goes with this jack, the hoodie, a couple other utilities that you can plug into this outlet. This is basically I see these outlets a lot. I don't remember the name of this, but it's for a utility jack basically. And then we have the standard USB 2.0 output, and then we have the the 1.50 lumen, and that's bright, so half of that, whatever, or a third of that, I guess. 150, a third of 150 is 100 or 90 or something. And then flash mode for emergency purposes. Okay, and because this is the new XR series, that's what I'm recommending, is the XR series batteries. They have better, longer lasting time, they charge faster, and they have the, as you can see here, we have a gauge on the front. I don't know why they put that on the front. Usually it's going to be on the back, because now you have to look down in front of the tool, which I don't recommend, to see the battery level, okay? So a lot of these tools have the battery level on this side, so you have to look down the front of the tool, so you never look down the barrel of a loaded gun, right? So anyhow, you can see that's 3 bars out of the box, and you have to charge this. This takes 2.5 hours. I timed it yesterday. So, and then I used it for about an hour, hour and a half with this light on it at night. It's pretty bright. I recommend it, especially for what we do, field service work. And this is my 12 volt utility light, which doesn't have the options right here, as you see. That's what kind of, this is basically just something you clip on here, or use it for basic, lighting. It has a clip. I think we went over that already. This is the 12 volt system. This is a 20 volt system. And just for getting started, I recommend going just like that first. Okay, just for rudimentary stuff, go ahead and get this. This work light's only, with all these extras, is only $20-something, whereas all the other lights are almost damn near 100 without a battery. So you get this right now, this battery, you can get this for about $65 through Walmart, and if you price match it at Home Depot, because they have them available at the store, they'll price match it. Okay, so you'll have to pay whatever tax if you're tax exempt like I am, but I didn't have my information with me, so they went ahead and taxed me anyway. I'll get it back later, or I'll just write it off as whatever. I don't want to, if I don't have time to be messing with all that. So anyhow, make a long story short, when you go to test these USB jacks, that's what we're doing. This is my rudimentary track phone. This is just for emergency purposes. This is just like a beater. It's pretty decent track phone, actually. LG track phone. I found this and I tried to return it. They didn't want it, and it's still in good condition, so I had a track phone. One of the brand new ones. It was brand spanking new. He goes, I already got another one. You can keep it. After I told him what I did. Okay, when you plug it in, both these jacks, both these USB output jacks, they're stiff. They're really tight. Okay, so it's not like some of them jacks that you've used. It's like, man, that's kind of wobbly. This is actually really heavy duty. You can feel it, and there's no button to turn this on or off. So you just literally just plug it in, and you see the phone is coming on, or it goes into charge mode. So that's it. Just like that. And why I'm testing this, make sure all this stuff works before I actually, go out and use this for any kind of emergency service or what I have to do for, basically I volunteered for, or survival in general, right? So now I have this track phone, it comes on, right? And where I'm at, we have open internet. So this is where I'm at the park, and so I come here, I charge my stuff up, I update everything, I see what the weather's going to be like, and I, basically do a field report, or I do a survey, or I can use the radar, I can look up any information, I can arrange deliveries, things like that, right here, right here at my public park. And there's an outlet here, so I'm pretty good to go. So we at a full charge, it shows that the battery is charging. So let's try the other one to make sure, right? I'm going to make sure both these jacks are working. And of course, it's showing a charge. Okay, we're in charge mode. So I'm fully charged with this phone. So therefore, we're done with that. Right, we're topped off. I can put this back in its sleeve. Turn it off, all right? I'll update that in a minute, or just while I'm waiting. Okay, so we have that taken care of, right? So now we recognize that the USB charger output both work. Like I said, it's 2.0. Actually, it's 2.1. It states that right here. On this adapter piece, this is called the DCB. The DCB 090, and it has A901 as its product number, I guess. That's pretty much it. So, the product number, the serial number. You push this button right here. It comes off. It doesn't have a clip on it, so you can actually slide it on and off without this safety lock. This is for the tools, because this Dewalt battery actually fits tools. If you're not familiar with Dewalt, they make, well, tools, cordless saws, drills, sanders, things like that. Other types of tools like lights, survey equipment, a few other things that I can't think of right off the bat. But they also make a soldering iron that fits for this, so if you have to do any field repairs. They also make a output jack for a fan, another light if you want to attach it on top of here. But I got this kit, so it has the light already. This model, like I said, there's several models of this adapter, so you might not get the one with the light. It has another one with a battery level on it, but it has this, and this. I got this one that pretty much takes care of all my needs, so I have a work light, because those work lights are pretty high dollar, and I need something that's all affixed to one tool. So I'm thinking about getting another one of these, because I got another battery, so I have two of them, one for my pack and one for my base camp. But this is pretty heavy. You might want to get maybe a smaller. This will fit. They have the 2AH, which are smaller, and then it goes to a 3, then it goes to a 4, a 5, a 6, and an 8, and then they make big giant ones. But if you're just for rudimentary, just going around, I recommend you could probably get away with just having a half of one of these. But for what I do, I might not be back for weeks, so this will give me enough lighting for weeks, off and on, because it says it's 100 hours. Supposedly this is 100 hours. Well, this light, I tried it last night for an hour and a half. I left it on, and it didn't even budge a bar. See those bars? But when you get this out of the box, it's going to be one bar showing, and you have to charge it. Okay? You have to charge it, and it takes 2.5 hours. And it doesn't come with, I got the battery only, that's why I got a deal on it. And this separately, so it didn't come with a charger, but I already had a charger from when I tried to put this kit together. And my charger fits both styles of batteries. So I'm going to show you that real quick, because some people aren't familiar with how this works, and they see it and they get discouraged and they think, oh, it's expensive. Well, they do price matching at Lowe's and Home Depot, and a lot of times you can look at Walmart's website and pull from there and get the best deals. Right now it's Christmas time coming up, so there's a lot of this stuff's on sale. It's the end of the year. So this is the 12-volt battery. This will fit on it. This will fit on it. I'm not sure if it'll actually let me charge. See, the light doesn't stay on. Okay, so I'm not even sure it'll let me charge on the 12-volt. We'll find out. Let's look. Let's go ahead and try that, because I'm not sure. In a pinch, I have a light right here, right? But in a pinch, I might need to charge this. It might not work. Let's see. Nope, nothing. Okay, kids, so it will not work on a 12-volt battery. But we put it on here. So it's basically, this is designed for the 14-volt, which is, I think, and a 20-volt battery system. Okay? This battery I have is a 12-volt. It has the same fuel gauge system, lets you know how much juice is in the battery. This came with a this kit that I had found it, and I sent it back. They refurbished it, and they gave me a small discount. Basically, they gave me I gave them a little bit. They gave me a discount on it, and I got this sent back to me for refurbished, brand spanking new. And they sent me a charger, so I got a battery, a charger, and this your basic rudimentary work light that comes with the 12-volt system. I recommend these. These are cool. And I got a charger, and the charger actually will let you utilize both battery types on one charger. So you can do the 12-volt and the 20-volt. Catch my drift? So now I have a basic, what looks like a utility light for construction, survey, things like that, with a clip and a stand. Okay, and it comes with a basic charger that looks like this. Okay, so what happens is you slide it in here just like you did the tools, and it has a light on there to let you know. Out of the box, the average time for this was an hour to charge. Out of the box, this is 2.5 hours. And I'll show you the charging situation right now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and set this to the side. Alright. Now, on this battery, you basically push this button on the back. See, it's got a black safety lock. See, it locks, it latches right there. And you're going to sit this right in here like this. Okay. Now, as you can see, the temperature light's on because it's cold. Hot, cold delay. Because it's 20 degrees out here. There we go. These batteries usually do pretty good in cold temperatures. That's why I got them. So you have the hot, cold relay, and as you can tell, the charge comes on. Okay, so this is a 12-volt battery. And it shows that the gauge is full. All 3 bars ready to go. Okay. Let me place this back in my tool here. Alright, so that one's good to go, right? Now, here's this one. Okay, like I said, we covered the battery style, which is the XR. These are the ones that I recommend. They're the newer style. They just came out this year. So they charge a lot faster, they last a lot longer, and these batteries are really good in cold weather. Okay? So yes, you're going to say, well, those are pricey, but I'm trying to tell you how to get price matching and price reduction. Okay? So if you need any help with that, y'all can go ahead and contact me, and maybe I can finagle something and show you how to do it. And if you live here in Missouri, come and talk to me. Send me an email, vrcmskywarn@gmail.com. Anyhow, so your 5ah 20-volt system, you notice it fits in here too. They designed it just for this. It does 12 and 20. So there it is sitting in the cradle. This is your rudimentary small kit battery that comes with the kits. They make a larger one that actually has two cradles, so you can charge 2 types of batteries at the same time, like both if you have 2 12s, 2 20s, or a 20 and a 12. And on the double, it has on the front of it 2 USB ports, but the USB ports are only like 1.2 or 1.5. They're not the 2.0 like this is. See, this is the 2.0 USB outs. So I was kind of disappointed when I found that out. So I'm going to top this off. When it gets topped off, that light will quit flashing. But these are the basic rudimentary standard chargers that just come with the kits, or you can just get it. I think these are like $35 to $50, but basically I can get these for about $35. But if you get a kit with a battery in it and a tool, it already comes with the charger. But you have to order this. This is why I'm saying this is the actual best workaround in my opinion. Especially if you have the XR series batteries with the gauge on it, because you notice this doesn't have a gauge to figure out how much battery life you have left. But this is the best workaround because you get a light and all the other, outputs, and it's only $20-something, and it's small versus, you only get, this is just a light only, which is okay. But now you have, like I said, right? So you have one on you, and then you have a base camp type situation. But this work light is really bright, 150 lumens. I tried it last night. It was Yeah, I had to put it on low. It's pretty light, pretty bright. It will lighten up a tent or your work area really well, so you can do basic repairs with the soldering iron at the same time, I guess, if you have to. I guess that's the gist of that. See? Okay, now the light has stopped blinking. That means it's fully charged. Okay, so now we are topped off. Okay, so then you just check this. See, that's functioning correctly. So now we have all 3 bars. So we have 2.5 hours of charge time on here. It says 100 work hours. So basically, this light, see, we have the flashing mode. This is for basically, and if you need to change colors, I'm sure you could figure out a way to put some kind of illumination cover on here, or even some kind of another attachment. I don't know if you're, MacGyverish like that. So now you have the high setting. This is 150 lumens. Then you have the safety flash mode. This is actually for, search and rescue, warning lights, things like that. Okay, so high, flash. This is the low setting. So on the low setting, I'm pretty sure I could get several hundred hours out of this. I'm not quite sure, but you're not going to be using this the whole time. And if you want to shut this off, you just hold the button down and it goes off. So to turn it on, and it remembers where you were at last. So it has memory on it for what light you were on. So you just push that on. So last night when I kept getting up, if I had to do anything, you got to use the bathroom, whatever, and it's dark outside. And I don't have lighting at my camp, so because I move around and have to have GPS locations and stuff like that. My base camp, my home actually is where I grew up at, is down in Texas and Oklahoma. My family are from up here originally, and we've had some severe problems with civil wars and religious wars. So we weren't welcome in this area, so we had to leave. And through the Supreme Court, we've actually been allowed to return back to the area, but we're still having problems settling in because, well, if you know anything about Missouri and the Civil War, you're like, oh God, yeah. Especially if you're the north side of one of the most dangerous places on this planet for highway fatalities, alcoholism, and gun murder. Yeah, they like to kill a lot of people in St. Louis and around this area with weapons. It's not the safest place on the planet. But anyhow, so you just push this button, and it remembers where you're at. So say, for instance, I got it on the bright. Push the button, right? Just hold it down for a few seconds, and then turn it back on. It remembers what setting you were on. Oh, no, it don't. Does it go back to the... Let's see. I thought it had to... Let's try it. See, it's on light. Nope, okay. So every time you turn it off, it's going to start off at low. There, how's that? I was under the impression it remembered where you're at. Okay. So every time you turn the light on, it's going to go directly to low, high, and then to flash. Let's try it. Put it on flash mode. Okay, turn it off. Turn it back on. Okay, so it's going to start off every time in low. And just hold it down to... That's cool. That's all right. That's even better. That way, every time you just turn it on, it's already in the lowest, least, best, I guess, energy use. Yeah. But the bad thing is, I always notice is they put the gauge down here. So when you want to check the gauge, like, make sure you're not looking down, that kind of thing. There you go. So it's topped off. We just topped it off. I just used it. And the XRs charge a lot faster. That's the other reason. That's the other thing I noticed about the newer style of batteries, that these XR batteries charge faster. You got more battery time. They don't overheat as bad when you use them on your tools. They're lighter. And like I said, in the cold, these batteries perform a lot better. Especially like me. I'm going to be in, 18, up to 18 below zero weather. Below zero. That's Fahrenheit. Some of y'all do Celsius. So that would be, you have 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and when the wind's blowing, go ahead and just minus that. So if you have a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and it's 0 Celsius, or 32 degrees, and the humidity is about 50, go ahead and add negative 20. And you will probably, okay, see? It went, now we're charged up because we were topped off. We put the tool back on here. There it is. pretty much in a nutshell. So I recommend at least the minimal charger. Okay, and like I said, these are 2.0 USBs, but the actual dual charger, it has a kit that comes with a 4AH battery. You can get a kit right now from Lowe's on special for $119, but you have to order it online, and they'll deliver it to your house, or you can pick it up at Lowe's. It comes with a 4AH battery and the dual charger, for $119, and you just order like I said, get that battery deal like I was talking about, and 2 of these. Or you can just do this as just bare minimum. Hey, I just need the charger, the battery, and this, and I'm good to go. Think about it for a minute. It's like, well, I don't really use my phone much, and I have 2 walkie-talkies that are yellow that go with this, the Motorola walkie-talkies, and I didn't bring those today. They're back at the camp. So anyhow, this is what I'm letting you know. This is what I'm using, and what's really cool is you can rig these up. They actually have these already pre-manufactured, pre-set up to run in a cigarette, like they call it the cigarette lighter in your car. Well, a lot of your solar panel kits they already come with the adapter. I guess they call that the cigarette lighter adapter. I don't smoke, so I wouldn't know. But that's what it says, has a cigarette on it. So they use the adapter on the cigarette lighter in your car. Well, a lot of your solar kits have this piece on the end of it that slides into looks like the same little adapter setup that they use in the cigarette lighter, which is for which you can use as an electrical outlet. So they have kits that already come like that, in case you have a solar panel that you want to run this off of. Or you can, if you're an electrician, you know what you're doing. I don't recommend boogering these up too bad, because if something goes wrong, you can just send it back to the factory, or show your receipt at Lowe's or Home Depot and put it back in the box or whatever and send it in. But if it's still got the box, they'll take it, and you just let them know there's something wrong with it. And Lowe's is a lot better at customer service. Here in Missouri it is anyway. I have a problem with Home Depot because we have ex-Walmart employees that work there, and they're all ex-military. They got kicked out of the military, so they're not very happy about having regular jobs. Isn't that wonderful? And my whole family were in the military. Everybody on my father's side, all 8 sons were all in the military. Every single one of them. I'm not eligible to serve in any military capacity, so I actually did enlist in the Marine Corps, in case y'all were wondering. And because I had a driving infraction, and I wasn't eligible to serve because I had driver's license problems. So, and I still do this very day because I don't drive. I'm not a driver. I'm a footman. I like walking around on foot, or riding my mountain bike, or horses, or swimming, or a canoe. I'm a traditional traveler. I'm not really into cars and trains, planes, and all that other stuff. That seems to be more problematic than anything. I'm boots on ground. So, anyhow, like I said, the battery kit, this is pretty much what I'm recommending. I mean, I did a lot of research and field testing on all kinds of situations, and right now this is going to be your best thing. It is kind of weighty. It's pretty heavy. But if you're just carrying this, like I said, they make a half a size battery. So this with the smaller 2 or 3, maybe the 3, would be, a lot lighter. But I went with the bigger one because, well, I'm going to be out for a while if I go anywhere. This gives me pretty much unlimited resources. They also make, for this DC jack, output jack, they also make another tool that is a UV, like a pico laser. It's a pen, and it helps to cauterize wounds and blemishes and lesions on your skin with UV light. Originally, it was actually patented as a tattoo removal pen for small tattoos and blemishes. You see people getting tattoos all the time, and I was thinking, hey, you know what? That would be a very good tool to have as a minister, because that's what I actually am. I'm an ordained minister. And we're trained in law and healthcare. And so if you know anything about my bio, I'm actually trained in law and natural healthcare. Here in Missouri, that's what I'm actually still studying. I got a pretty extensive resume, but anyhow, I thought that would be a good, useful tool. I mean, that's not a natural approach, but UV lighting to actually help heal wounds and, like warts and moles and wounds that won't heal correctly, or maybe it even will stimulate hair growth you know, on people that have male pattern baldness or something. So I thought, hey, you know, this might be a useful tool to, you know, help people that have health problems. You know, maybe it'll stimulate hair growth. But it was originally, like I said, it was designed for tattoo removal. You know, maybe not the large ones, but maybe if you have small ones because, you know, you were stupid or kidnapped, or, you know, because a lot of people that are growing up that are doing the tattooing, a lot of times originally when I did historical researching on tattoos, it wasn't a pretty scene. So that actual whole culture, it's not about actually healthcare. It's not a healthy approach to living. And some people get sucked into a lifestyle that they don't want to be a participant in, or they just get influenced, or they get kidnapped or something and raised among a bunch of, you know, cannibalistic headhunters or something. And now it seems like that whole lifestyle has infected the whole, you know, modern culture here where I'm living at, and we're not very happy about it. And the state calls it a cosmetic procedure, and you have to get a license. And it's down there where they sell the alcohol and all the other stuff that's pretty much killing everybody. And my job is to convince you not to do it, and to at least acknowledge it, that it's bad behavior, and, you know, repent and let everybody else know, hey man, this wasn't a good idea. This is a foolish decision. It's a negative lifestyle. But for the most part, you know, my field response section, I thought it would be good to get maybe the soldering or the pin, the soldering iron and the pin. And like I said, it works for my phone in a pinch because it has a radar on my capability on my track phone. And or if I'm anywhere near a Wi-Fi, I can actually look at the radar and stuff and submit field reports. I can look up information. I can help arrange, you know, transit, maybe emergency services. I can arrange to order gear, things like that. I can even look up DNA records and stuff like that for people who submit DNA and finding their family or looking for grave cemetery records. So it's pretty useful to have one of those if you know, actually use the services what they're for, instead of trying to be a superstar on some weird video channel. But anyhow, this is pretty much the setup that I'm recommending. Like I said, I have just basic field light, kind of reminiscent of some older, looks like some older military gear, but it's yellow. And the reason why I got yellow is you can see it. Yellow is always usually safety yellow, and if you have yellow and blue, that's search and rescue. So most of your search and rescue vehicles are yellow and blue. My mountain bike, most of my gear is always going to be yellow because I can see it, it's visual, I can't lose it. And I can also see if it's got any kind of dirt, blood, you know, any kind of, you know, boogers, whatnot. If it gets used, I can tell if it's actually damaged. I need to repair it, look at it. It's just easier to see in a certain circumstance during the day, especially at night. I'm looking around for my stuff. I'm like, oh God, because you will lose some of this. It'll get wet. You'll drop it. And if somebody tries to run off with it that you don't want to, then you can see it. But safety yellow, that's probably one of the main reasons why it's expensive. The plastic is pretty durable. Yeah, I can tell this will take a beating. Like I said, just for the basic rudimentary services that this product provides, that's cool. Got a light, 2 types of outputs, even with the extra, but these are the USB 2.0, which is better than the other one. And in this basic rudimentary charger, you should be okay. Right, 2 types of lights in the charger, but for what it's worth, I recommend at least this for here. Even if you're into, you know, around the house maintenance, construction, things like that, and you just need you want your battery pack, but you need a light. This right here is a pretty good setup just for that. I mean, just to get started. It's like, okay, so I have the basic battery, you know, and then I have a charger, and then I got my light, my USB outs, and if I need to solder anything, or if I need to run any other types of equipment, I have that option as well. Like I said, this also runs a heated blanket or a hoodie, maybe some gloves. It's real cold. You can just, you know, warm up real quick. But I don't know why they said the heated hoodie, because the parts of your body that get the coldest are usually the feet and the hands and parts of the face. Most people are going to have problems with this. My idea would have been heated gloves, but they make pockets for that, right? and your feet are usually going to be the coldest anyway, because you're wearing shoes, and that's actually part of the problem. So anyway, make a long story short, I just wanted to update y'all on how this works and show you the USB works, the 2.0. It's actually 2.1, but we just call it 2.0. But they have it on here as 2.1, 5 volt. That's what it says for output. So you're looking at 5 volts, 2.1. Then you're looking at the 12 volt DC, which is this jack right here, and it's actually at a 2 amp, I believe. Of course, I'm not really keen on all what those numbers mean most of the time. It's not my forte, but I got the basics of what electrical devices do, the basics anyway. So there you go. So we have the charger, the battery, the actual, this part here. So if you get this is 68 something. This is 20. So you're looking at, just for this is $100. But usually a lot of times if you get these batteries, you can get them with the charger. So you got that out of the way. If you get half this battery, like I said, keep looking out for price points and price matching at Home Depot and Lowe's, and use Walmart. They accept Walmart, online Walmart. So I look it up online. If you need help, holler at me. vrcmskywarn@gmail.com. Just put at Glenn Monroe, or the Roman gnome, or gnome. So there you go with that. So we have our lighting, our utilities, our charger, and this actually, so these batteries fit tools as well. So I have a drill and a reciprocating saw that fits this, because it's lightweight, they don't weigh anything. And if we need to get on anything heavier, we already have some juice laying around, but I don't think I'll ever use this for actually tools. This will be specifically for this device only. And if I get another tool, which I'm going to try to get the dual charger for this, it comes with a 4AH battery. So what I'll do is I'll probably swap. I'll probably keep this, and then they have the smaller 4AH, so it weighs less. It weighs less. Excuse me, I have a lisp because I got a broken face. So it weighs less. So if you get half this size, you can still use this tool on the 20 volt. Just remember that this is a 20 volt system. This light only works on a 20 volt system. So if you're like, man, that's a heavy battery, well then just get half of that. I mean, like a 4, maybe a 3. But a lot of your basic kits come with two of these 2AH and a charger. And that's not very expensive, especially if you do the price matching. That's what I'm trying to let y'all know. Or you can order it off of Amazon if you have it like that. And if you're having problems trying to convert that to digital to have it sent to you, come talk to me and I'll show you how to do it. Hell, you can probably have it sent to me, and you can have it sent to UPS. Or you can have him drop it off at Lowe's and go down there and just pick it up. That's how I do my packages. I pick it up at UPS, the actual UPS place, or I pick it up actually the place that I purchased it from. Or, because they don't do GPS locations, or I have to find an address. Like here, sometimes they'll come out here to the park and just drop it off. And I let them know this is a park address. I am with First Response and Ministers of the Missouri area, the north side. And the Northerners, those Nordic Indian, Swedish